Hello everyone, welcome to this edition of really a 2590. It's kind of a flip chart Friday, but it's Wednesday. So we're gonna go ahead and make it happen because I've got a group right now called 2590. The idea is how do we help gyms and fitness studio owners increase revenue by 25% minimum in the next 90 days. We also get a 50-90 club and a 100-90 club. And so this is an edition of that. The entire idea of this particular segment is how can your gym and your fitness studio increase sales quickly right now. And there's a bunch of ways that you can obviously do it, but I don't want to give you guys 30 different ways to do it because then you're going to go ahead and do 30 different things, 1/30th of the way you should be doing it. So I'm going to be giving you 6 things, and I'm going to be doing it in the order that I believe is the order that's the best and most simplest to implement right away and also has the greatest impact as well. In the meantime, if you guys have any comments, you can feel free to comment. I may or may not engage as we go through, but I will see the comments coming in. First thing I want to go through, so let's go ahead and get these down. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things that we're going to be talking about. 6 ways that you can increase gym sales right now. When I say gyms, understand it's fitness studios, yoga studios, Pilates studios, doesn't really matter, okay? And also, can I do a check? Can you guys hear me okay? I want to make sure you guys can hear me okay as well. Go ahead and do a check. Let me know you guys can hear me okay. Yes, thumbs up. Okay, fantastic. All right, good. So 6 ways that we can increase. So the first way, let's get this one out of the way because everyone should be doing this already. If you're not doing this, it's because you're living in a scarcity mindset and you're a little freaked out. And I'm here to bring you a little bit of confidence to this plan because it's very important that you guys do have confidence in doing paid advertising. That's the first one, paid advertising. So let me break down to you why and how this works. When I say paid ads, just so you know, I'm predominantly talking about Facebook and Instagram. Now, can you go down a deeper rabbit hole with Google AdWords, meaning search, display? In fact, YouTube even is a part of that as Google owns YouTube. Yes, you can do that. These are bonuses. So those of you that are real players, you guys are doing this already. However, for those of you that are like, look, give me just something that works the fastest right now at the lowest cost that I can take action on, that absolutely is right here, Facebook and Instagram. Okay, here's the problem. Most people aren't spending correctly and doing the math correctly, so I'm here to help you do the math correctly so you can understand really how this whole thing works. Okay, depending on a few different things, the price per lead is going to be impacted, okay? Depending on a few things, the price per lead is going to be impacted. Number 1 is going to be your offer. What's your offer going to look like? Is it a free week? Is it a free session? Is it a paid offer like a 30 for 30 or first class $10 or premium membership for 30% off for life or whatever it is? Just know that your offer is usually the biggest thing that'll impact the effectiveness of your campaign when it comes to clicks and cost per lead and all that stuff. So you want to make sure the offer is good. Now, what offer you should run correlates really well with your sales process, meaning if you are not good at sales and you don't have a really good sales process, you don't really have good scripts, well then you're going to need an offer that collects right away, like 30 for 30 or $10 today, right, for first session, or 5 for 5 or something like that, right? Because you don't have the ability to get somebody that is coming in on a trial to convert as easily. And what'll happen is you'll blame it on the lead offer. You'll say, oh, because it's a free trial. So what happens is they're tire kickers. They're just wanting to test it out. No one's just testing it out. No one's that unbusy to where they're like, you know what? I got a free pass here at a gym. And although I can go on social media, although I can go on Facebook, although I can go on YouTube, although I can call a friend, I can go play with my kids, I can color, I can, if you're a kid, with your kid, I can go hiking, I can walk the dog, I can do all these thousands of things, infinite amount of things that I can do right now with my time. But instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get in my car and I'm going to drive over to a gym where I know they're going to give me a pitch and I'm going to work out for a week and then I'm done. I'll do that instead. Why would you do that with your time unless deep down to the core, you really do want to be in better shape? Everyone wants what you sell. I talk about that in our sales certification course. Those of you that have gone through it, it's familiar to you. But don't be fooled and say, oh, they just came in because they had a free week. No, they just came in for the free session and left without a contract because you just aren't good at sales. You aren't good at really identifying what their needs are, where they want to be, and then connecting that to your solution so that they're excited as you would be if they joined. That's how excited they would be as well when they walk away. If you doubt that, I'm going to prove it to you how that's true here in about 5 minutes. So just stick with me and I'll prove to you how your sales can be affected by you having a strong offer. Okay, so having a strong offer, to me, free is best. Free week, free 5-day pass, free 7-day pass, free session, whatever it is, free works best. There's a whole bunch of studies on the power of free. If you guys haven't read this book here, it's called Predictably Irrational. I definitely recommend you read this one, and this book called Priceless. I recommend you read that one too. Both books talk about the psychology of consumer behavior when they're in buying decisions. If you haven't studied consumer behavior when making purchases, then please don't project how you think consumers act, because there is a science behind it, and that's something that I actually have a passion for. I love learning this stuff. In fact, most of these books are around consumer behavior, okay? This shelf, that's all what it's all dedicated to. So I really want you to understand there's a science behind it, but once you know the science, you also know the formula. Because you know the formula, you're going to get the result that you want. Now, if you don't understand the science and you aren't looking to make a formula, if you're not looking to make a formula, then you're just going to end up with whatever happens. Just like if you put this chemical and this chemical in, let's see what happens. Oh, I don't know. It blew up on me. Yes, it's because you don't understand the science, you don't understand the formula. So I want you guys to understand that if you want somebody to come in and buy on a free, it's going to be connected to your ability to find out why they're really there in the first place when they could be doing anything else because it's free, and then getting them converted over. Okay, so that's how excited I am. If you guys aren't throwing your markers around right now while watching this, you haven't matched my level of excitement. Okay, so let's get back in. You're a numbers person. I'm assuming you're a numbers person. I'm a numbers person. I'll let you know that instead of assuming I'm a numbers person. So let's talk about numbers so we can really break down how paid ads should be working for you. And then I'm gonna break down proof to you as to how this should be working for you as well. Okay, you guys should be able to see everything that's on my flip chart right now. It looks like you could. I'm watching on my TV right here to make sure it's good size. So I want you to imagine you're getting $15 cost per lead. Now some of you watching might be paying $5 per lead. Some of you might be paying $25 per lead. What I will tell you is with the hundreds and hundreds of campaigns that we have running right now just for fitness studios and gyms all over the world, all over the country, okay, we're seeing an average of $15.07 per lead. Anytime you guys wanted to see that, if you're members of ours, just let us know and we'll show you. We'll show you what the benchmark is. We don't hide anything. All the campaigns are right there, and this is the average, $15.07. Okay, so what does that mean? If I'm paying $15 per lead, how do I make it so that paid ads, what Mike says is the number one thing that'll help me get more sales right away? How can I make sense of this mathematically? Okay, so let's make sense of it mathematically. Let's say we were going to spend $100 a day. $100 a day. If we're going to spend, now some of you are going, that's a lot of money. Look, you don't even have to spend it for a full month. Don't even spend it for a full month. Just spend it for a few days. But I'll show you what that looks like, okay? So if we're going to spend $100 a day, okay, over the course of, let's say 10 days, okay, not a whole month, 10 days, we spent $1,000. That's what we spent. If we spent $1,000 and we know that we're paying $15 on average per lead, again, you might be a little more, a little bit less, but $15 per lead, that means you have generated, oh, sorry, there's no dollar sign there. My brain just works in dollar signs. So that means you generated 66 leads. My math is right. My math should be right. $1,000 divided by 15 is 66 leads, okay? So you generated 66 leads. Now, if you get a 50% show rate, meaning you get half of those people to show up, which if you're not, it's technically one of three problems. I'm gonna give you the third one too. There's one of three reasons if you're not getting at least a 50% show rate, because I've got people that are getting 80, 90% show rate. And again, I'm gonna share who those people are so that you're not wondering or thinking I'm just making this up, okay? By the way, all of you guys that are members of ours, you're in the private Facebook group with the hundreds of studio owners and gym owners. Just ask, what's you guys' show rate? Watch everyone put it in. You'll see a lot of people are getting 50%. Some people are getting 70, 80, 90%. Okay, 3 reasons why you're not getting at least a 50% show rate. Number 1, you're not calling your leads fast enough or frequently enough. Okay, fast enough or frequently enough. Just so you know, and some of you guys that follow my stuff already, you know, I put this data out there. Leads that are generated through digital form leads, if they're called after 5 minutes, there's a 900% less likelihood of you being able to make contact with them. You can go ahead on Google and search MIT form leads 900% to go and see the study done by MIT. But 900%, so you're not calling them or reaching out to them or texting them or getting something scheduled in the first 5 minutes of them filling out the form. You just dropped 900% likelihood, right? So that already impacted this. Number 2, you don't have a script when you're calling them. Therefore, when you're calling them, you're not booking it right. They're wanting to talk about price. You don't know how to overcome it. Because you don't know how to overcome it, you're awkward. Because you're awkward, they'll think about it. They'll get back to you. So for those of you that didn't see it, I actually went live, and I'm going to be sharing that video in the Facebook group, in our members only Facebook group. We had a woman that says she's getting a hard time of even getting people to book. I called 2 people. With the second person I called, she didn't want to book. She was like, no, I'm afraid if I book, I'm going to like it, and then I don't have the money to afford it. And we started talking. Next thing you know, 5 minutes later, she's booked. Okay, but I have a script. I have a process that I use. And when I use this process, it works. A script is a formula. You follow the formula, the thing comes out every time. You follow the ingredients, the food comes out the way it's supposed to be cooked. Okay, so you want to make sure that number 1, you're calling them fast enough, frequently enough. Number 2, you have exactly what you're going to say dialed in order, with full intention of getting them booked with no restrictions. And last, you don't have the people or personnel in order to do this right. So if you don't, just so you know, there's tools out there. I have one, if you like, where we can actually reach out and book the leads for you through automation and text messaging. Okay, so if you want that, that is available. It also reduces the cost of you having to deal with a front desk person. However, just make sure you're booking at least 50%. You need to be booking at least 50%. If you're not booking at least 50%, there's a problem. Again, some people are booking more. But let's say it's 50% show. That means you got 33 shows. That's what you got. 33 shows. You got 33 people to show up. If you close 50% of that, by the way, let's go ahead and dive into that. If you're not closing at least 50%, again, you've got a problem. You've got a script problem. You've got a sales problem. Are you overcoming objections in the first 10 minutes of them walking in the door through your intake process? Are you making sure that they know their why? Do you know their why? Have you already future paced, meaning you've painted a picture of where they're going to be and what life's going to look like prior to them getting a workout in, so while they're working out with the vision of this being the journey to get there. Not just, I don't want them in there going, I wonder if I like this. No one gives it, so I don't want to curse, just no one cares as much about your workout as you do, okay? And they're not going to get a sense of the culture on that first day like they would by day 5 and 10 and 15. So that's going to be hard to sell too. What you need to keep them focused on is what they actually care more about than anything else in the world, which is themselves and what they want and where they want to be. And where they want to be is the picture that you both agree is their ideal life, right? And that's by asking questions at the very beginning. So again, sales process for that. Where do you want to be? Why? Have you been there before? What did you look like? What did you feel like? When do you want to be there by? Okay, here's the work that would have to be done in order to get there by that date. In fact, we can get you there sooner if you're able to do X, Y, and Z, right? You're giving them a roadmap. You're helping them paint the picture. Now they not only know where they need to go, but they know how they need to go there. You see, the reason this is important, it's not because you don't know that paid ads works. You know that paid ads works, but you haven't seen the map as to how it'll work. This gets you to feel more confident in pursuing this inevitably good thing that you know you should do, you just don't know how. Therefore, you get chicken and back out. In reality, nothing's different between what you do and what I do. The only difference is the map, the journey, and the goal. That's it. So if you're able to do all this and then at the end be able to confidently ask for the money. A lot of people have a hard time transitioning to money. Here's why. Because you just built so much rapport, you smiled, you maybe did a Y5 because you can't connect now with COVID. So you maybe have built such great rapport, you've laughed, you know about their goals, they care about you, you care about them, they know you care about them. And the last thing an inexperienced salesperson wants to do is now say, now give me your money, is what they think they're saying, right? Now give me your money. Because now they feel like all I did this whole time was trick you into liking me so I can sell you. It's what's going on in their head. I don't want you to think I don't really like you. Dude, it's not about that, okay? Salespeople should stop worrying about being liked. You're gonna be liked if you do the process the right way. If it was just about being nice, well then every salesperson would be rich, okay? At the end of the day, you wanna say as a coach, right? When I'm your coach, if I'm your fitness coach, and I say, okay, let's go, 15 reps, go. And they're at 12, and they're like, oh, I can't do it. You go, it's okay, I don't want you to not think I don't like you, I'll just get up. No, you go, come on, you got this, 3 more. You push them. So when people say, oh, I don't like pushing people, yes, you do. You're just compartmentalizing. If you're in the fitness game and you're a coach, you push people for a living. That's what you do. You push people into making decisions they're uncomfortable with, but you know is best for them. They know is best for them. You do that for a living. The same thing is here, because if that person walks out the door without a membership, they're more likely to not get a membership the next place or even go check out the next place, because that is what they just practice. You get good at what you practice, not making a decision around your fitness. They just practice because you allowed them to get that practice in. However, if you can help coach them into making a decision that's right for them, that doesn't mean push them like you're making them do it. That just means you have a script, you have a sales process that takes them from A to Z, to where they're excited to join. That's how you should feel. Okay, then they're ready to go. I'll give you an example of how that looks, okay? You ever had to go buy a jacket and you're just like, okay, I'm gonna buy a jacket, let me see what I got. And you go look and there's a bunch of jackets lined up and you go, here's a jacket that I like. And it's, let's say it's $300 and you go, that's a lot of money. That is a lot of money for a jacket. I've never spent more than $80, $90 for a jacket. It's a lot of money. I don't need that. And you walk away, you look at the other ones, but you keep looking back. And then you're like, oh, and then you start selling yourself, right? You start saying stuff like, man, I really do want this jacket though. I've earned it. I haven't bought a new jacket in 4 or 5 years. When you do the math on that, it's actually like, $80, $90 a year anyway on a jacket. Plus, I need this. I should do something nice for myself. I worked hard, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, you convince yourself. Now that you convince yourself, now you go to the cash register and you still don't feel confident. You're still like, ugh, because it's a tough decision and it's around money and you don't know if you really deserve it or need it or want it, but you know that something's pulling you here. You're here for a reason. You put it down, it's a $300 jacket, she rings it up and she goes, okay, $337, and you're like, shit, the tax. Totally forgot about the tax. Okay, you give the card, you're reluctant about it, she goes, she swipes it, everything's just, she puts it in the bag for you, she gives it to you, and now that you have the jacket, you're all excited. What is the very first thing you want to do as soon as you get to the parking lot? What's the very first thing you want to do? You want to take that thing out of the bag, you want to put the jacket on, and you want to wear it for the rest of the trip to the car. You can't wait to wear it. In fact, you want to go somewhere just to wear it somewhere because it's the best jacket you've ever had. Now here's how that plays in your world. When a person wants to get a fitness membership, yes, they're uncomfortable for this little moment right here where you just demonstrate price, they ran the numbers in their head, they don't know how they're going to add this extra payment in, they don't know if they want to add this extra payment in, and they're conflicted, and you're over here and they're kind of uncomfortable, just like you are with the jacket. But then as soon as they get that membership, as soon as they get it, they walk out the door with that agreement, that t-shirt, whatever it is you hand it with, which by the way, you should give them something tangible when they walk out the door. Don't leave them empty-handed. They're walking out the door. Now, what does the average person in America do? A research, I can't remember what the research was, but I'll see if I can get it put up here in the comments by the end of the day. But research showed that the average person that joins a membership in the next week spends over $100 on ancillary products to support their membership. This means they may go get new shoes, they may get a new workout outfit, they may go get a yoga mat, they may go get Tupperware, they may start getting organic groceries, spend a little more on that, protein powder, pre-workouts, all different types of supplements, vitamins, whatever. The average person will spend $180 after joining a membership in America, a gym membership, because they're so excited to do it because they finally made the decision. So what they don't want you to focus on is that uncomfortable feeling that happens between price presentation and decision. Because if you just focus on that, then you're afraid, like that's how they're gonna feel forever. No, it's just how they're gonna feel. It's like how you feel until they make that inevitably awesome decision that once they do, they're excited, they can't wait, and they're gonna invest in other things with money that they didn't have for your membership, keep in mind, to come in and be the ultimate customer and get results and make sure they get the best use out of this. So bottom line is the transition from presentation to money, money to close. All of this stuff needs to make sure it is top notch and you're doing it with confidence, you're doing it with conviction because your product is badass and you need to make sure they know that and you feel that as well. Okay, 50% close rate. That means we got about 16 sales. Let's break that math down, okay? If we got 16 sales, I'm gonna use this space over here. If we got 16 sales, and let's say we charge $150 a month, what's that math come out to? I think it's $2,400 a month. $2,400 a month. I'm sorry, total. $2,400 total, well, per month. So, but now you make $2,400. So you spent $1,000 to generate 66 leads, which turns into 16 sales, which turns into $2,400 if you charge $150 per month. Keep in mind, anyway, to the process, if your lead's a lower cost because you got a better offer, you got a better location, right? It's another thing that affects it, location, okay? If you're able to get more people to show, if you get more people to buy, these numbers can go up, they can also go down. Again, it's why it's important to make sure that you're really looking at everything as a business owner and improving the chain as you go up and down it, okay? Okay, great, so we got 16 sales, so we made $2,400 on our $1,000 spend. We now made up the cost for this month. We also made up the cost for next month, and we're already $400 in for the following month. Only 10 days into the first month. Pretty cool, right? Okay, so what does that mean? Well, let's do some simpler math, because some of you guys are going, Mike, we're in a pandemic. I'm only charging $100 a month, $99 a month. Great, you're still at $1,600. This month's free, and you're already $600 into the next month, and you're only 10 days in. You're only 10 days in, meaning still get another $1,800 profit on top of that. On top of that, right? So again, let's keep breaking it down though. Let's say you spend the $3,000, which is $100 a day for a full 30 days. A full 30 days. Okay, what does that come out to? Well, that should come out to about 200 leads. My math right? Yes, it is. 200 leads. If you got 200 leads and they bought, that means you made, should be $3,500. Is that $3,500? $3,500. Let me see, let me get my math here. Oh, I see what I'm doing, 200 leads. Here's the way it works. 200 leads, 50% show, which is 100 show, there it is. 50 buy times 150. Now let's get that math. See, I'm not that good, guys. I'm not that good. I think it's 7,500 now that I'm thinking about it. 50 times 150, yep, $7,500. Keep in mind, guys, a good portion of these people should be staying with you for the following month. If you guys are pretty good at what you do, you should be able to keep at least 80% of them for at least the second month. Okay, but again, if you're only spending $100, or I'm sorry, you're only charging $100 at those 50, you still got $5,000. You spent $3,000 to get it. Pretty good deal, right? And again, you have compounding. This is going to happen in the second month, in the third month, in the fourth month, at least by 90% if your attrition's about 10%, which is pretty common in the industry. So I want you guys to really understand paid is an incredible option, but you've got to respect the game. Don't just play the game, respect the game. Summit says $15 lead the goal. No, the $1 lead is the goal, right? So I'm just giving you what the average is. The average fitness studio and gym in our ecosystem of hundreds of gyms and studios are paying about $15 a lead. So some pay more, some pay less. It just depends. Your market, like I said, your offer, your location, your market, all that is going to be unique, and that will play a role. But the best number I can give you is the overall average over hundreds and hundreds of campaigns, which is $15.07 a lead. Okay. All right. Can we all agree in the comments real quick? Because I'm seeing all your comments. Can we all agree in the comments that paid ads is a good avenue? It is a good direction as long as you respect the game. And you don't just expect the lead to close themselves, because that is not the way it works. The lead is the beginning process of all of this, okay? All of this. And on Shark Tank, all the sharks, Marcus Lemonis and The Prophet, all these people, they never once ask the entrepreneur what's your cost per lead, because they don't care. What they say is, what does it cost you to acquire a customer, which includes a cost per lead plus all of this and the math at the end of it. Why? Because this is just the entry part. But your ability to take them from here to here, that right there is the skill set that if you master, your cost per acquisition is a lot less. And as long as your cost per acquisition is about 4 times less or higher, then the cost per acquisition is 4 times less, and the value per member after profit, you're good. And in this case, clearly, we are good. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead. You guys are saying yep, 100% good. Thank you guys. All right. Sarah Glicken, what's up? Welcome to the party. Allison. Let's go on to the next thing. Okay. Next. What is a great opportunity right now? Right now, keep in mind the market where it's at. We are September 16th to 2020, the craziest year of all time that I've ever lived in. Okay, so we're gonna go into winbacks. Winbacks. If you guys aren't focusing on all of the people that were members with you and paused for whatever reason, you need to find a way to get on that right now. So a lot of people lost their jobs. Yes, a lot of people have lost their jobs. Absolutely. But a lot of people are hiring right now. In fact, there's about 4 major industries that are massively hiring, like crazy hiring scale. And so a lot of people are actually getting jobs right now, which is really good. A lot of people are also getting back to work right now as our companies have adjusted. Now, does that mean there still isn't a massive unemployment problem? No, a lot of people are still unemployed. But look, guys, you're not like targeting the whole world. You're targeting a small percentage of people. And if any of you guys pay attention to stocks at all, just even a little bit, you'll notice that the stock market's gone up during this pandemic. Tesla's making more money. Apple's making more money. Amazon's making more money. Facebook's making more money. Peloton is making more money. You know what they charge? Okay? Peloton's making more money. Apple just released Apple Fitness Plus. There's a lot of people making money right now during this. Is that because everyone lost their job? Is it because most people lost their job? Is it because too many people lost their job? No, it's because a lot of people still have the means to invest in things. And if a lot of people are investing in Peloton right now as their stock went through the roof, okay, don't think for a second they don't have the money to afford you, okay? Why do you think people are spending on Amazon and Apple? Apple does not sell the cheapest stuff. They do not sell the cheapest stuff. Their stock's going up. Their stock's probably up today. Okay, so now that we know that there's no money problem, let's go back to the winbacks. Are you reaching out to the people that have been members with you regularly? Are you sending them texts? We miss you texts. We want to see you back in here texts. Are you luring people back in with a free week on you because we want to see you back in? Are you sending people a quick video showing the new protocols that you've taken in order to ensure them that all safety measures are in place for them and their ability to work out in a healthy environment? Are you doing that? Are you putting up case studies and testimonies of people that have been working out with you over the last month or two to the people that you used to work with that now may feel more comfortable because other people are doing it? Let's face it, people like to follow a crowd, okay? I'm very unlikely to cliff jump into open waters if there's no one else jumping. But if there's a bunch of people jumping and there's a bunch of people at the bottom taking pictures saying, come on, I'm jumping in. Some of you are afraid of heights, you won't jump in regardless. That's okay. I would. The point is, there's a lot of people that feel unsure about going back to the gym, unsure if they should do it, unsure if they're gonna be ridiculed for going too soon. But when they see other people do it, it makes them feel justified. It gives them confidence that it's an okay decision to do. And by the way, they want to get back in the gym. Everyone wants to get back into shape. When I say everyone, I mean the people that worked out with you, of course, right? So make sure you're getting win back. Set a win back goal. How many people are you going to reach out to per day? So how many people will you reach out to on a daily basis? What is your win back record as far as getting people in for a free workout? 5 per week? 10 per week? How many people do you want to get back in for a workout? When they come in, give them a promo, 25% off their first month back, so that you can get them all excited to come back in. Something like that, right? Whatever it is. Or give extra value for the same price. Whatever you can do, but just know that win-backs are a great opportunity. You've already sold them once. They already know what the workout's like. They already know they like the workout. They already know it gets results. They already know people in there. They know you. The hard work's done. They're already halfway down the funnel. That funnel of building rapport that you need to, they're already here. They're already here. So all you got to do is push them down, okay? All right, next thing I want us to focus on, old leads. When I say old leads, I mean leads that aren't very fresh, okay? But that can mean leads that are anywhere between a week old to a year old. It doesn't really matter. Because if you do the math here, we're talking about, if we got 200 leads, right? 200 leads. those 200 leads only ended up being 50 people bought, and that was over the course of a month. So we had 150 people, 150 leads that we didn't get to take action on yet. Even if it's half that number, it's 75. Multiply that by, let's say, 3 months, you're already at 225 people that you can reach out to. Obviously have some level of interest, and you've already paid for the lead. Remember, there's 3 types of leads. Three types of traffic. There's traffic that you pay for, paid ads. There's traffic that you earn. That's stuff through like what I'm doing, right? This is free and I'm earning your attention, right? Traffic that you earn. And then there's traffic that you own, which comes from paid and earn, and then eventually they get into your database, whether it's your email list, text list, chatbots, whatever it is. But they're here already, meaning you don't have to keep spending money to get in front of them. You can get in front of them for free in email. Oh, but Mike, I don't want people to opt out. Look, if you're not interested, I want you to opt out. My email list size doesn't get me anything at the bank. I can't take my email list size to the grocery store and get groceries in exchange. Like if I have 300 people on my list instead of 3,000, the banker's gonna be like, I'll give you a better loan. They don't give a shit, right? If you have 3,000 people on your list and only 300 people open it, and these 2,700 people never do, who cares if 2,700 people opt out? None's happening anyway. You don't want to focus on the shots that you miss. You don't want to focus on the things you don't get. You want to focus on the people that you have their attention. Let them unsubscribe. It's better for you, right? Better for you. So go back, email them. Send them an email as if you're emailing your friend. Just talk to them. Hey, we'd love to have you back in here. Here's some of the stuff that we're doing. Anybody that wants, go ahead and give me a call. We'll actually give you 25% off, or we'll give you a free week, or we'll do this, or we'll do this. Just stay in touch with them. Give them free information. Subject line could be free info on how to boost your metabolism, right? Body. Hey, this is Mike from Loud Rumor, or Loud Rumor Fitness, right? If it's fitness studio. I know that you wanted to get in shape with us. Hopefully we get you back in here in the studio. In the meantime, here are 10 ways that you can improve your metabolism right off the bat. And then the 10th one could be workout using your style of fitness, right? But at the end of the day, your old leads, you've already paid for them. Right? Go ahead and get those old sneakers back from out of the closet. You could go put those shoes back on and still run a race. So let's go ahead and get the old leads. Referrals. Now, why did I put referrals fourth when ordinarily I put them like in that 1 or 2 spot? Why did I put them down here? Because right now, this is a massive opportunity, because the biggest thing that you guys have seen is that you lost a lot of your members. Some of you went from 400 members to 150 members. You got 250 people that already know you guys and what you do, and you can get them back in. So for me, win backs really bumped up the list. Normally they're like down here. They bumped up the list because of the amount of the quantity of them is right there. And also, they do want to get back into the gym. They didn't quit like they quit in a good economy. They didn't quit because they didn't like your workout. They quit because they were either forced to quit, right? Or they quit because they just didn't feel comfortable with the way the landscape was. That might have changed. So it's a different reason for quitting than it was back in January. So these people are way more valuable than anybody that you're wanting to win back in January or December last year. You get what I'm saying? Follow what I'm saying? Let me know yes in the comments. Yes? Okay, fantastic. Next, referrals. Let's go to referrals. So you've got people that are working out right now. If you haven't seen, I posted a video yesterday on my Instagram. You could follow Manny. Manny's the guy that works for us. This guy, Manny, he generated about 3 referrals per sale that he made, like all the time. It's a video he posted yesterday. His handle is Manny. I'm going to put it up here. You guys can follow it. Manny Biz Wiz. I think that's it. Yep, Manny Biz Wiz. Check out the video. It's the video that he posted 20 hours ago, so September 15th, right? And you'll see it's how he generates referrals, okay? He generates 3 referrals per sale. You want to find a way to turn one into many. Imagine with these 50 people that buy, you're able to get 150 referrals out of them, 150 referrals. Well, that's almost as many leads that you just paid for, but these are better, right? A lot of people don't like the quality of leads with paid ads, right? They don't like the quality, but what they're really saying is, I don't want to do as much work, because when I get a referral or a walk-in, I feel like they close better. No, walk-ins and referrals aren't higher quality. They're still the same person. The only difference is how do they get into your funnel? I'll give you an example. Let's say you take Joe, and Joe basically never heard of you, and he sees an ad, and now he goes and opts in, and that's where he's at, right? And you maybe get a hold of him the first few times, maybe you don't, but whatever it is, you end up finally getting him on a call, and there's not that trust there, there's not that rapport there, all of that. But what if the same guy, Joe, the same guy, same goal, same dream, same everything, Joe meets your member, Chris, and Chris tells Joe, you got to come in here, man. This place is awesome. The price is affordable. I'd pay twice as much, honestly. The workout's fantastic. The schedule's flexible. Come and join me. Okay, now you're going to be like, see, now that's a quality lead. Dude, it's the same guy. It's not a different lead quality. It's the same guy. The only difference is one is further down the funnel. You see what Chris did is Chris took Joe and brought him all the way here. So all you got to do is flick him in. You'd have to mess up to not sell Joe at that point, but Joe's the same quality, he's the same guy. What you're really saying is Joe's further down, he's farther away from the end of the funnel. Yes, he is. So you're going to have to do Chris's job in a paid ad. You're going to have to take him down here like Chris did. Don't let Chris be a better salesperson than you. I know he's got better rapport, but you can build that rapport if you truly know how to sell. But in the meantime, let's get back here. Imagine if you were able to generate 150 referrals from the 50 people that bought from you, okay? Now, how would that change things for you? Even if you just get half of those people to buy, even if you get 10% of those people to buy, you just got an extra 15 sales. If you charge $150 per month times an extra 15 sales that you, by the way, didn't pay to get in your system, you didn't pay, so there's even a larger margin gap there. But now you made 15 sales times 150 a month. What's that come out to? Is that 225? Let's see, 15 sales, 150 times 15, 2,250. Of course, 2,200. You make $2,250 extra off of 10% of 150 leads closed that you generated from the 50 people that you sold already. You didn't pay to make that money, so the margin's better, and it was easier for you and your team to close because they were already pushed down the funnel. How do you do it? Go follow it. You'll see the video. Also, you can watch the GSD show. Also, if you're not part of LRVT, which stands for Loud Rumor Virtual Training, it's your fault. I really don't know what to tell you. It's also, maybe it's my fault. Let me take full accountability. It's my fault for not marketing it well enough to where you realize how much you're missing out on sales by not having this type of information on a daily basis. Okay? All right. Let's get back. What's number 5? You guys understand the referral game, how to ask for referrals. All that is in the training, and I've done a ton of trainings on it already, free on YouTube too. Okay, next, organic contest. Now, the reason I put contest is because I think most of you waste your time with organic social media. Frankly, I hate organic social media. I don't think it generates nearly enough activity for the work effort that gets put in, and therefore, for me, seeing other people do it, it drives me nuts, right? Because I'm like, for that amount of time that you just wasted thinking of the perfect meme that people are going to flick through, you spend 30 minutes on this stupid meme that did nothing for you, they flicked right by, now they're going to the next thing. You could have worked on your sales scripts so that you can close these paid leads that actually come in because they're already here, right? So for me, the organic's a waste. However, if you know how to do it right, you can do a contest. There's this one, by the way, comments are coming in. Thank you, Patricia, Brittany. Thank you, Delphin. Awesome. Manny does not want another job. Manny, you work at Loud Rumor now, okay? So this one company, Illuminate Sweat, did a fantastic job with the contest where they were giving away some stuff, and all you had to do to enter to win, I think it was like 3 months free membership or something like that, whatever it was. Whatever you had to do to win was you had to like their page, you had to follow their page, and you had to tag 5 people in the comments. That's it. Like the page and tag 5 people in the comments. So now they've got all these people that are liking their page, but more importantly, they're tagging all these people are leads. All of them are leads. So you got to make sure the offer's strong. Don't be like, I'll give away a free week pass. You're going to have like 4 people tag people. It's not a big deal. Give away like 3 free months or a $500 gift card to Amazon or Nike or whatever. It doesn't really matter. But you go ahead and you run that list down. You got all these people tagging all these people, and then what you do is you private message all of them, and you reply in the comment to that, tagging them, saying, hey, I just sent you a DM, check it out to see if you won. because they're not going to know that you message them, because you're probably going to go into their junk or spam box in Instagram inbox. But here now they'll know and they'll check their inbox. Okay, now that they're there checking their inbox, now you have their attention, and now you can say, hey, you didn't win the 3 months, however, you did win a free week. I'd love to jump on a call with you to show you how you can get that, as well as a separate bonus gift that I got for you that I think you're really gonna love. Go ahead, well, what's the best number to give you a call? Now you got hundreds of people, you did it right, you promoted it on your Instagram, on your stories, you called people, you told them to go ahead and comment, you told them to engage in it, right? You really promoted it. I always talk about when you promote, right? I'll write up here, right? It's pro in all caps, mote, meaning like promote like a pro, right? Don't just like put a post up and expect everything in the world to happen. You got to push it. You got to make sure other things are there to support it. You got to get other people to know that it exists, right? So organic contests, generate your leads, start reaching out to your leads, get them on the phone, and then from there, run your script, okay? Last thing, and by the way, then I'm going to show you something real cool. Okay, actually, here's what I'll do. I'll do bonus. Okay, last thing, before I give you the bonus, is the free virtual event. Guys, this was huge for me. This was huge for me. I used to do a ton of these. So now I didn't do virtual events because we're talking 2005, 2006, before that kind of stuff existed. Now I do virtual events and it just worked well. We just had an awesome boot camp and it was fantastic. However, when I was in the fitness industry, like actually like you guys doing that, I used to have these events where, yes, the first 2 or 3, I'm not going to lie to you, I promoted it very poorly. I think I promoted it well at the time, but now looking back, I'm like, shit, I could have done so much more. But I had like 8 people, 10 people at my first 2 or 3 events, right? And I would do them like every other week. 8 to 10 people. But then all of a sudden, about 4 weeks in, I was like at 20 to 30 people. Around 5 to 7 weeks in, I was like at 50 to 100 people. And the next thing you know, I had 200-300 people coming in to do this thing that most of them weren't even my members. Most of them were people that were brought in by members, and I would do these trainings on things that I know people really wanted to learn. How to boost your metabolism. What foods are healthy, really? What foods, the truth behind organic and all the other food fads that you've heard. How to properly mix nutrition and exercise for fat loss. I mean, there's so many things. Just think about what the average person wishes they knew. The top 10 ways to eat, or top 10 myths to nutrition, and the truth behind them. Whatever. Get people in, and once you get them in, then you could start explaining things to them in the way that they tilt their head, right? I'll give you an example of something that I used to make people's head tilt all the time, okay? In marketing, I tell my team this, but you know you're good at sales and marketing when you can get someone's head to tilt, okay? By the way, I have OCD, and the fact that that's not straight right now is gonna bug the hell out of me, so you guys know. If anybody can relate to me on that, go ahead and use the comment box, and you know the amount of suppression I've got going on to keep this video going and not fixing this right now. Okay, so I would say, okay, what is it that people really want? What is it that people really care about? And then what I do is I take that and I want to get their head to tilt. Good salespeople, good marketers want to get a head to tilt. Because if you can get somebody to do this, you've got them. You've got their attention around something they didn't know, they found value in, and now they want more of. And the only way to get more is to be around you more, and the only way to do that is to become a member. So, how to generate a head tilt. How to generate a head tilt. You want to have information that is true, but that gets people to change their entire perspective on how something works. So what does the average person do? So let's take Jane, okay? And keep in mind, I know people in a sensitive world right now, and so I don't want to be the person that gets like ridiculed for being stereotypical here, okay? So that's a short skirt, and because it's a sensitive world, I'm gonna make the skirt longer, else who knows the sensitive people and what they're gonna say. Why does her skirt have to be short, Mike? There we go. Give her a nice long dress, and I didn't even put heels, okay? There we go. Okay, get that out of the way. So the average person that I saw when measuring women, they had certain areas that they wanted to target. And that's because women generally target fat in a different area than men. Now, men have their own thing. I'm just not going to draw a whole thing, okay? But here, I'll do this. Let's face it, men don't have the curves anyway. So now we got women and we got men, okay? Thank you, Brittany. So women typically store fat in their triceps, in their abdominal, in their hips, in their thighs, and in their glutes. That's where women typically store the majority of fat. Now keep in mind there's all different body types. Women carry different body types depending on your genetics and mesomorph, endomorph, all that stuff. Some people carry way more in the hips. Some people have really thin arms, upper bodies, and they got bigger legs, and vice versa, right? So at the end of the day, these still though, and this is generally where women tend to store fat. So what kind of exercises do you typically see women doing in the gym? They do tricep extensions, right? They got hip adductions, hip abductions. They're doing obliques, right? They're doing abs. They're doing butt blasters. They're doing leg presses. They're doing all this stuff because what are they wanting to do? They're wanting to target fat. Okay, so now I know that. Here's what I tell Jane. Jane comes in. I want to blow her mind. She's in here for this virtual summit or in studio summit. If you guys are able to get to that point already, if not, when things open back up a little bit more, you can do it. But here's a pitch. All right, so ladies, really quick. Men, you too as well. You all have areas that you store your fat. Some of you store your fat in different places than others. How many of you feel like you store your fat more in the back of your arms? Raise your hand if you feel like you store your fat, a good amount of fat in the back of your arms. Okay, good. How many of you guys raise your hands if you feel like you store fat in the sides or in your abs or in your butt or in your hips or in your legs? Raise your hands if you store fat there. Yes, okay. Just so you know, that doesn't make you abnormal. That makes you normal. That's in fact where most women store their fat. Now, let me tell you how that gets them to make poor decisions in the gym that unfortunately get them to just get worse in those areas. Would you believe it if I told you that most of what women do to solve these problems actually makes the problem worse? You ready to hear how? Yes? Okay, let me show you how. So, unlike muscle, you cannot target fat. You can target muscle, but you can't target fat. Meaning, if I just worked out one arm for an entire year, this arm will have more muscle, it will be stronger, it will be more fit. However, the fat content is about the same, okay? It may look more ripped because it's pushing the fat out and it's bigger, but at the end of the day, fat comes on evenly and it comes off evenly. When you eat a burger, you don't just get fat in your neck, chest, stomach, and butt, right? Somehow you get fat back here because it comes on evenly, comes off evenly depending on how you store your fat. The problem is women are wanting to target their triceps and get the fat off the back of their arms by doing tricep extensions. Seems like it makes sense, right? If I feel that muscle burn in that area burning, I've got to be burning the fat off. Nope, that's lactic acid. It's not what's actually happening. Okay, here's where I get the head tilt. Would you believe if I told you you'll burn more fat off the back of your arms by leg presses than you ever would by doing tricep extensions? Would you believe that? Would you believe that? Hard to believe, right? Let me tell you how it's true. Okay? Now, fat is made up of 3,500 calories. Okay? And what is a calorie? A calorie is a measurement of energy, kind of like miles per hour for speed, watts for light. This measures how much energy is either used or consumed. If you're eating calories, you're eating potential energy that you can then burn off later. If you don't eat food, you don't have energy, right? Right, okay. So at the end of the day, calories is a measurement of energy. Now, let's say we were going to be doing leg presses. If we were going to be doing leg presses, how much weight could you do? Jan, do you know how much weight you could do in a leg press? How much could you push? You may say 150 pounds, 100 pounds, whatever it is. Okay, 150 pounds. Now, do you think you could do more weight doing a leg press or a tricep extension? Do you think you could actually push down 150 pounds? I mean, I could only do 80. I could do 300 something on a leg press, but I could do maybe 80 or 90 for 20 reps on a tricep extension without breaking form, right? So what does that tell us? That tells us we can push more weight with our legs than we could with triceps. Now, what does it take more energy to push more weight or less energy? Jan, what do you think? Do you think it takes more energy to push less weight or less energy? It takes more energy. It takes more energy, right? So if it takes more energy to push more weight, that means, if calories are measuring energy, we are burning more calories by doing leg presses than we are by doing tricep extensions. Can we agree on that? We're burning more calories by doing one versus the other? Yes. Is it easier to talk through a set of tricep extensions or a set of leg presses? Which one's easier? Tricep extensions, because you're not burning as much energy, meaning you're not burning as many calories, meaning you're not burning as much fat. Now, Fat comes on evenly and it comes off evenly. Yes or no? Yes. Okay, if it comes on evenly and it comes off evenly and we're burning more calories, that means technically we're burning more fat everywhere proportionally, which means we're burning more fat on the back of our arms by doing leg presses than we would by doing this one muscle. So this is just one three-headed muscle working. Here you got 28 major muscles that are actually doing the work. Does that make sense? So now you go into the hook, or I'm sorry, that was the hook. Now you go into the sail. Just so you guys know, here at Loud Rumor Fitness, all we care about is doing it the right way. Too many people don't get to their goal because what they're doing is they're growing their tricep muscle and they're keeping the same amount of fat on there, which makes their arm bigger. They're growing the muscles in between their thighs, but they're keeping the fat on there, which is making these thighs touch even faster. They're growing the you guys follow what I'm saying? All you're doing is making that area bulkier. Follow? What I want to help you guys do is find a way to increase lean mass in the right places and decrease fat content as much as you like so that you have that shape and tone look that you all know and love. Follow so far? Yes. Okay. Here at our studio, that is what we focus on. We only do the exercises that burn the most amount of calories, put on the lean muscle in the best amount of way, and do it all evenly because that's what works. If you do it that way, we do more in less time and we get closer to our goal instead of further, which is what unfortunately the average person does when they go exercise. How many of you guys are with me so far? Yes. Okay, good. Now, for those of you that never experienced that type of workout and what this looks like, I want to give all of you a free week at our studio. How many of you guys, if I give you a free week, I can show you exactly how to do it right so you can go and do it on your own. Obviously, you can stay and work out with us ongoing if you'd like. But if you wanted to do it on your own, at least you know what that looks like and you have the confidence that everything you're doing when you're spending minutes in the gym, those minutes are being not wasted, they're being invested into your health. Fair enough? Yes? How many of you guys take me up on that offer? Great. Now you go ahead and get them in. Okay? That's an example of one head tilt, right? But at the end of the day, you want people to go like, I never thought of that. Now when they go do a tricep thing, they don't even know what to do. All they know is what not to do, but they don't know what to do. But they come in with you, and now they can not only know what to do, how to do it, why to do it, all that stuff. They know why not to do it, which is pretty cool. All right, so now that we got that, let's go into the bonus. I told you guys earlier that these numbers, where I told you, yes, you can close. Oh, God, my OCD. Lord, give me strength. Oh, everything about what's happening right now is driving me nuts with this. Okay, we'll deal with it. Okay, we talked about these numbers here. Can we get 33 people, 50% to show? Can we get 50% to buy? Can we do that? Yes, and you could do more than that. If you guys have not listened or watched this episode of the GSD show, I just put it up on the screen right now. There it is right there. It should be right there. You see it? It's got my face on it, 0 to 45 members. It's in green. In this episode, it's 31 minutes. I actually interview a man named Brandon Christ from Soldier Fit, who called me and said, Mike, he was very far from these numbers. He wasn't getting that many. He wasn't able to book many people at all. A lot of people that booked wouldn't show, and anybody that showed wouldn't buy, and everyone was price conscious. Nobody was able to buy. And so what I said, let's get on the phone and let's go through your process. I heard his process. I identified on the call, which you'll be able to see this, by the way. It's not hidden. I recorded the call. I identified exactly what it was that he was doing wrong. I flipped it and showed him how to do it right. Then I had him do it right. And this guy got 45 members in 30 days, paying members, just last month, right? Like during the pandemic. So in August 2020, 45 members inside of 30 days and closed 100% of the people. I didn't say it, he said it. All you gotta do is watch this episode, go watch it on YouTube. You can't click on this, right? Maybe you can later, maybe McKenna will edit the video. McKenna, can you do that? I'm not sure. But either way, just go to Loud Rumor on the YouTube channel and then find this video. It's one that just came out about a week or two ago, so somewhere in August or September of 2020. Watch this video and it'll show you step by step how I was able to help Brandon not just get these numbers, but double these numbers. Let me take it away. Let me take this away. Hold on. How to double these numbers, right? 50%, 50%, okay? I want you guys to be successful. I want you guys to learn the things that actually help you all grow. And if that isn't apparent enough, I'm sorry. I will continue to work harder. But this is another free training for you to be able to be successful. For those of you that are with Loud Rumor already, I encourage you to spend more in paid ads and also spend more time on this process. For those of you that are not working with Loud Rumor, I encourage you to work with our agency to get some paid ads so we can get your leads at a cost that makes sense and you can learn through our portal the entire process. So we got all this documented in our process. If you're not part of Loud Rumor Virtual Training, LRVT right now, do it. If you're not part of LRVT Plus, which has like 10 times more training than the trainings that come with LRVT with your agency program, get that. It's worth it. And if you're not part of Team, I want to know why. Because Team, you get this from me on a weekly basis. I go live with my people on a weekly basis to solve their problems. And then 4 times a week with the people that I personally learn a lot from in group, like Macafor, Corbin, May, Brittany, and all that stuff. So you'll have access to all that, plus a bunch of other free stuff and more information. So if you do want to learn more, go ahead and just email sales@loudrumor.com, sales@loudrumor.com, or you can give us a call at 480-567-9794. Oh God, you know what that's doing to me. Ah! I'll deal with it. Okay, the number to call if you wanted to learn more about how we can help you. No pressure, guys. 567-9794, 9794, 9794. Guys, we'll basically just break it down to you. We'll show you what we do, how we do it. Call 480-567-9794. At least you have the information. At least you know about it. So if you don't have with agency, if you don't have LRVT Plus, learn about that. And if you're not part of the team program, those are the part of the team program right now. Anybody that's part of the team, I know we got people watching. Go ahead and tell the team. Tell us how team has helped you in the comments in this live feed. But just go ahead. You want to know more information about this? Call this number or email sales@loudrumor.com. You get it. Okay. Call or email and speak to someone and ask them, hey, I want to know more about this. This is where we run the ads for you. This is where we can teach you a bunch of the stuff like what we just talked about today, but on sales, marketing, retention, advertising, PR, finance, everything. And then Team is where we actually personally coach you, and we make sure that your employees are trained as well so that your business can dramatically skyrocket. To give you an idea, 100% retention rate in our Team program through the entire pandemic. 100% of retention rate. The industry itself, more than 50% of gyms have closed down in the country. 50% have closed down. In our program, not only have they not closed down, we got 100% retention rate. So make guys call this number, email, ask about any of the programs you don't have because we want you to be successful. At the end of the day, is this a pitch at the end? Yes. Yes, I just took 4 minutes to pitch you guys on buying something from me that I think is amazing for you, because the only reason you're still watching now is because the stuff that I'm selling is better than what you just got for free. That's the only reason. But by the way, I didn't even bring that up until the 53rd minute of me giving you free stuff. It's a fair deal. If it's a fair deal, go ahead and comment it's a fair deal. Thank you guys so much. A lot of people here are commenting, team, so much value. Yes, awesome. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Delphin. You guys are fantastic. Thank you for your attention. I know you're busy. Hopefully this stuff was valuable for you all, and we'll see you in the next episode. Now I'm going to have to figure out how to end it. Figured it out.